Hello and welcome to the Autocar India Quick News. It's been an action-packed week in the automotive world and we are here to give you the most important news specific to India. So let's dive right in. Do you remember the Maruti EVX concept from the Auto Expo? Well, Suzuki has just globally revealed a production version of the concept dubbed the e-Vitara. This born electric vehicle is the first EV for India from Maruti, and it will rival the Tata Curve, MG ZS EV, and even take on the upcoming Hyundai Creta EV and Mahindra BE05. The model will be made in India and around 50% of units produced will be exported to Japan and Europe. Keep in mind that this is a global model, but it will go on sale in India first, possibly by March 2025. The Suzuki e-Vitara will be offered with two battery packs, 49 kWh and 61 kWh. It will use LFP blade cells from BYD. It will also be available with front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations. And while we have no official word on range, it was earlier revealed that the largest 61 kWh battery is expected to deliver over 500 km on global test cycles. As for power, the 49 kWh battery with its single motor on the front axle produces 144 horsepower, while the largest 61 kWh battery ups that to 174. Both versions produce an identical 189 Nm of torque. The all-wheel drive version adds another motor on the rear axle for a total power output of 184 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque. The Suzuki e-Vitara's price in India is expected to start at around Rs 20 lakh ex-showroom for the base 49 kWh model. The 61 kWh two-wheel drive version with a higher powered motor could climb to Rs 25 lakhs, while the all-wheel drive version moving closer to Rs 30 lakh. For a more detailed video on the e-Vitara, check out Nikhil's video. Skoda India has revealed its Kylaq compact SUV and announced its starting price of Rs 7.89 lakh ex-showroom. Bookings will commence on December 2nd and deliveries are slated to begin from January 27th, 2025. Viewed head-on, the Kylaq could pass off as an updated version of the Kylaq. The difference actually comes through in profile. The Kylaq sits on an 85mm shorter wheelbase and is a full 230mm shorter end-to-end with an overall length of 3,995 mm. The dashboard layout is similar to the Kylaq with elements like the side air vents, climate control panel, 2-spoke steering, 8-inch digital instrument cluster common to both models. The 10-inch touchscreen is shared as well, although it runs a newer, slicker operating system on the Kylaq. In terms of features, the Kylaq meets segment expectations with inclusions like a sunroof, keyless entry, wireless phone charger, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, front seat ventilation and leatherette upholstery. The Kylaq goes one step further than its rivals by offering powered seat adjust for both driver and passenger. The Kylaq will be a petrol-only model powered by a 115 horsepower 1-litre TSI engine. It will be available with both 6-speed manual and 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox options. And the company claims a 0 to 100 kph time of 10.5 seconds. The Kylaq will go up against strong rivals like the Tata Nexon, Mahindra XUV3 XO, Maruti Brezza, Hyundai Venue and Kia Sonet. For a detailed walk around of this compact SUV, check out our video by Hormaz. The new Maruti Dzire has been revealed ahead of its launch on November 11th. Bookings have commenced for a token amount of Rs 11,000. When it comes to dimensions, the compact sedan is nearly identical to the outgoing Dzire except for its height, which is 10 mm longer. The front styling, although, is a complete departure from the outgoing model, and unlike the previous gen Dzires, the latest car doesn't share its looks with the Swift at all. On the inside, it does share dashboard design with the Swift, but the Dzire gets a 4-shade layout instead of the black and silver shade on the Swift. In a first for the Dzire, the 4th gen comes with a factory-fitted sunroof. While it is a single-pane unit, it is the first instance of an under 4-meter compact sedan getting this feature. In another first, the new Dzire gets cruise control, rear AC vents, a rear center armrest, and even a 360-degree camera in higher variants. In terms of safety, it gets 6 airbags, ESP hill hold assist, ABS with EBD, brake assist, 3-point seat belts for all seats, and ISOFIX mounts. Maruti has also equipped a standard rear defogger for all variants. Powering this new 4th gen Dzire is the Z12E 3-cylinder 1.2-litre petrol engine, which made its debut on the 4th gen Swift earlier this year. It produces 82 horsepower and 112 Nm of torque and can be mated to either a 5-speed manual or a 5-speed AMT. In a welcome move that has left many shocked, Maruti sent the Dzire for a global NCAP test and it secured a 5-star rating. It secured a score of 31.24 points out of 34 in adult occupant protection and 39.20 points out of 42 in child occupant protection. We have a longer video on this crash test, so check it out. Prices for the new Dzire will be revealed on Monday and our review goes live on Tuesday, so stay tuned to Autocar India to not miss anything. Mahindra will reveal the production-ready BE05 SUV and the XUV.E9 on November 26th in Chennai. Named B6E and XEV9E respectively, both these englobe platform-based models are expected to be radically designed just like the concepts they are based on. The B6E will sit above Mahindra's XUV 400 and will be pitted against the Tata Curve EV and upcoming models like the Hyundai Creta EV and Maruti EVX. As for dimensions, the concept was 4.3 meters long, 1.9 meters wide and 1.6 meters high, with a wheelbase of 2775 mm. The Mahindra B6E is expected to be offered in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive forms with two battery options, 60 kWh and 79 kWh. The XEV9E is likely to be offered in rear-wheel drive form only and will share its battery pack and powertrain with the B6E. A highlight on the inside will be a 3-screen display which includes a dedicated screen for the front passenger. Other bits in the cabin are expected to be shared with the XUV 700 that's currently on sale. While the XEV9E will have no direct rivals at launch, the Harrier EV is expected to be offered at a similar price point. Honda has released a single design sketch of the new Amaze, which will be launched on December 4th. The third generation of the compact sedan is expected to get a more angular look with slimmer headlamps. The grille is much larger and will feature a honeycomb pattern, and there are sharp creases on the bonnet and flanks, which will give the new Amaze a sportier, more aggressive design than its predecessor. There will be a redesign of the tail lamp too, and the rear end will get a more sculpted look. The next-gen Amaze will likely be powered by the 1.2-litre 4-cylinder engine, which is tuned for 90 horsepower and 110 Nm of torque. Kia India has released the first teaser of its upcoming compact SUV, hinting at a tall boy design. The upcoming sub-4 meter SUV will be positioned above the Sonet with a greater focus on rear seat comfort and space, and will also hit the market sometime in early 2025. It sports EV9 inspired vertical LED daytime running lamps, functional roof rails and L-shaped LED tail lamps positioned high up with a wraparound effect on the rear windshield. It also seems to have slightly flared wheel arches and will likely sport some sort of body cladding for that all-important SUV appeal. There are no details on the powertrain front yet, but sources have previously said that it will get both ICE and electric powertrain options, with the internal combustion engines arriving first. Upon launch, the compact SUV could be called the Syros, as the name has been trademarked by the brand, and it's also in keeping with the brand's SUV nomenclature for our market. The upcoming compact SUV will be positioned above the existing crop of sub-4 meter SUVs like the Hyundai Venue, Kia Sonet, Maruti Brezza, and also the recently launched Skoda Kylaq. And we now move on to bikes. EICMA took place earlier this week in Italy, and there were a raft of launches and updates, so let's get straight to them. When Aprilia came out with the RS 457 last year, it was only a matter of time before the Tuono 457 came out. This year, Aprilia finally revealed the small twin-cylinder Tuono, and it is what we expected it to be, an upright RS 457. Where Aprilia has diverted from its own recipe is the fact that the Tuono 457's headlight is different from the RS. We expect the Tuono to come to India sometime early next year, and it will be made at Aprilia's Baramati plant. Expected to be priced a little lower than the RS 457 though, which is currently priced at Rs 4.10 lakh. The 457cc motor is rated for the same 47.6 horsepower and 43.5 Nm of torque. Also carried forward is the 6-speed gearbox with the slipper clutch and bi-directional quickshifter as an optional extra here too. The electronic rider aids mainframe suspension brakes are also shared between the small cylinder Tuono and the RS. The concept F450GS from BMW previews a new road-legal ADV from the Bavarian brand, with the production version slated to arrive in 2025. This is widely expected to be the second engine platform that the TVS-BMW partnership yields. This engine is rated for 48 horsepower, and BMW claims that the concept F450GS weighs close to 175 kgs. When it comes to the engine's firing order though, things get a little interesting as BMW claims that this engine won't have the regular 270-degree firing order. The concept's headlight is similar to the R1300 GS, and it also uses a 6.5-inch TFT dash, cross-spoke wheels and fully adjustable suspension. As such, we can expect competitive pricing due to local manufacturing when the BMW F450 GS does go from concept to reality. The first models to be powered by Ducati's new liquid-cooled 890cc 90-degree V-twin are the 2025 Panigale V2 and Streetfighter V2. At 120 horsepower, peak power has gone down significantly from the 150 plus horsepower that the Super Squadro-powered bikes make. However, these new bikes are also substantially lighter. The Panigale V2 weighs 176 kg while the Streetfighter is a kilo lighter. This marks a big step down from the near 200 kilo curb weights of their outgoing equivalents. We expect both these bikes to arrive in India sometimes next year. Interestingly, this is one of the few times in motorcycling where the successor to a bike is less powerful but more manageable. It would not be inaccurate to say that the 2025 Panigale V2 and Streetfighter V2 are expected to be priced lower than their outgoing versions. Hero showed us new models at EICMA, 3 ICE bikes and 1 electric scooter. And arguably, the most exciting of the lot was the Xpulse 210, which uses the Karizma XMR's motor and repurposes it into an adventure bike. In the Karizma, it was rated for 25.5 horsepower, but in the Xpulse 210, it's rated slightly lower, at 24.6 horsepower. Peak torque at 20.7 Nm is the same on both though. The bike gets switchable ABS, 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels to help it off-road. It also sports a new 4.2-inch TFT dash, which is a unique feature for an off-road focused bike at this end of the market. We expect the Xpulse to go on sale in India in the near future. Hero also showed us a new 250cc motor which will power 2 bikes, the Xtreme 250R and the Karizma XMR 250. The liquid-cooled motor produces 30 horsepower and 25 Nm of torque. It is derived from the existing 210cc mill first seen on the reincarnated Karizma. Hero has lengthened the stroke by 7 mm to achieve this capacity increase. The head is the same, but the crankcases are different on the 210 and 250cc engines. All 3 of these bikes are expected to come to India next year. The 390 Adventure R, 390 Enduro R, and 390 SMCR were all shown at EICMA and are made by Bajaj. The company did not reveal any specs of the bikes, but we expect at least the Adventure to be launched in India, if not all 3. Once we get more concrete information, we'll give you more details on that. And moving on to our final brand from EICMA, the fan favorite Royal Enfield. They introduced a new electric brand, the Flying Flea, for EVs and showcased their first model called the C6. The silhouette is like a low-slung bobber motorcycle with its raked-out front and solo saddle. One very unusual element on this motorcycle is that it employs a girder-style front fork to handle suspension duties, something that's not seen in today's mainstream motorcycles. No details about the powertrain specs or the all-important question of range have been revealed yet, but what can be seen is the presence of disc brakes in the front and rear. Royal Enfield tells us that it will likely arrive in spring 2026. Royal Enfield has also launched the all-new Bear 650 at a starting price of Rs 3.39 lakh. It has the same platform as the Interceptor 650 with the same 648 parallel twin motor that produces the same amount of power, though the torque figure is now 56.5 Nm, which is 4 Nm more. The Bear 650 is also 2 kg lighter than the Interceptor thanks in part to the 2-in-1 exhaust system. It features a 19-inch front and 17-inch rear wheel for improved off-road performance. With a 184 mm ground clearance, the Bear 650 is also the tallest bike in RE650 lineup. It is also the only 650cc motorcycle offered by the brand to be equipped with a TFT dash, which is found on the new Himalayan. Prices for the Bear 650 go up to Rs 3.59 lakh. And for the much awaited news, after many sightings in the past, Royal Enfield has finally revealed the classic 650 twin. This is the latest model that Royal Enfield has plonked its much loved 648cc motor into, and its styling is very similar to the company's bestseller, the classic 350. Powering the classic 650 twin is the tried and tested 648cc parallel twin engine, making the same 47 horsepower and 52.3 Nm of torque. As with the other RE650s, there is a 6-speed gearbox on offer with a slip and assist clutch. The internal ratios and the final drive gearing on the classic 650 are the same as the shotgun 650. And at 243 kilos, the classic 650 is the heaviest model in the RE lineup. With a 14.8-litre fuel tank, it is also the biggest tank on any RE650 save for the Super Meteor. Seat height is set at 800mm and the bike has 154mm of ground clearance. The India launch is slated to happen in February next year. But if you want to know what it's like to ride, Dinshaw had a chance to spend some time with it in the UK, so be sure to watch his review. And that's all we have for this week. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay tuned to Autocar India for all updates in the automotive world.